Okay, this is it. So this is using Supabase Auth. And log in. Okay, so basically you it's a wizard. You fill this stuff out. So I got Warren in here. I've already got some info defaulted in here so you can see. But they can come in, select what kind. So staircases, blah blah. And then who their client is, and then a slider in terms of how long it took, and then wherever they want to go. Like if it's say it's in I don't know, Santa Monica. now that's set to Santa Monica, and I can continue, and I can also make this go back, but I'm not going to. And then you go to next, and you have your scope of work. I already got one in here, but I'm using a library that Microsoft released specifically for large language models to try to basically parse out PDFs and docs and a bunch of other stuff called Markdown. So that's what I'm using, and then I can say extract the scope, and I can upload images here too. So it just basically rips through there, and it just updated it. So the guy doesn't have to write if he's got a scope document. I can do other types of things like this one's going to be a docx document, and if I extract the scope on that one. So basically what's happening is it goes through, mark it down, and then it pushes it over the language model once the text is extracted, and the text basically rewrites as a scope of work. And then you can go in here, pick whatever you want, and then go next. And then I'm just going to put in some goop here, but the next screen's the one that's cool. Okay, so they pick their team members, and then you can the project outcome's optional, but the cool thing is if you give it photos also of, say, the project photos after you're done with the project, and you upload those photos, it's going to generate captions for the photos. So it's basically going out to OpenAI Image API right now, and it's going to generate captions. It stores all this in Supabase, also in buckets, in a Supabase bucket, and then generates the captions. And then once the captions in there, it takes a minute. Okay, so once the captions are in there, it's they're truncated, but there's like a full paragraph caption. You hit generate case study. Now it takes all that data that I've the metadata and all the other stuff I filled out, and pushes that as a new input to a system prompt on GPT, and then GPT creates this fat case study. And the cool thing is I've got it, so if you do it in WordPress, what happens is I'm just gonna put in a document really quick so you can see the markup. So I just copied it, and it basically generates all the H1 tags, the table of contents, everything for that case study, so you can drop it in. You can download it to Markdown, or just copy the full case study, and it also just copies it to the clipboard as Markdown. And then if you want to just take snippets, you can copy those to the clipboard as well. The next thing I'm going to do is this copy to WordPress is actually going to be published to WordPress. I just haven't done the integration with the API yet. So these will, it'll publish to WordPress. It'll go into WordPress as a post in probably a custom post type for that particular case study as a draft. And then, it'll copy all the images over and everything else. But it's pretty dope. I mean, this took, I don't know, not that long. I think I've spent 16 hours on it. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.